What is a mortgage? How do you get one? And what are good terms? These are questions I'm going to be answering for you today. A mortgage is a loan used to purchase a home. The home then becomes collateral, and the borrower makes regular payments over many years until the debt is paid off. These regular payments include both the principal and the interest. The principal is the equity that you build over time, and that is the value that becomes yours. The interest is the profit that the lender makes over time from you for giving you the loan. If for some reason you're unable to make consecutive payments on your mortgage, that's called defaulting. And in this scenario, that is when that collateral comes into effect. The lender then gets to sell your home to avoid any losses that they would have incurred. A fixed rate mortgage has an interest rate that stays the same for the entire duration of the loan. This means the monthly payments will stay the same, which can make it easier to budget and plan for the future. On the other hand, you have a variable mortgage rate, which often starts lower than a fixed rate mortgage, but is subject to rising and falling based on market conditions. This can make it difficult to budget and puts you at risk of having much higher payments in turbulent times. However, if mortgage rates go down, a variable rate can end up saving you money in the long term. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Jay Schwartz, and I like helping people navigate and understand the real estate market here in Newfoundland. So welcome to the channel. A mortgage broker is a professional who works with multiple lenders, whether it be banks or mortgage companies, to help you during your home loan search to get the best rates and terms. The broker acts as an intermediary between you and the lender pays them a commission for bringing them business. Your other option is to go with your bank, and you may have a bank that you've been with for many years and have a great relationship, possibly since childhood. And that is a good option if you fit all the criteria that the bank requires. Either way, you're narrowing your option down to one lender, and you need to fit all of their exact criteria to get a loan from them. So this may not get you the best rates or terms, depending on your specific employment situation. So in Canada, there are a few basic requirements that you need to meet to get a mortgage. Firstly, you need to have at least 2 years experience in the same industry. And going forward, you need guaranteed hours or a salary. The next thing you need is a good credit score, and the minimum is 680 to qualify for a mortgage. And lastly, you already know this, you need a down payment. In Canada, the minimum is 5%, but the more you can put down, the better. It's going to save you money in the long term. Another important thing to know when applying for a mortgage is which documents you're going to need. So when you're dealing with your bank or your mortgage broker, they're going to require a lot of documents from you to prove your employment, that you have a steady income. Basically, they are gathering information to qualify you to make sure that you are not a risk for them as an investment on their behalf. The documents that you're going to need, and it's good to be organized on this because when your bank or mortgage broker requests them, it can be a little bit of hassle to track it all down. So the sooner you work on it when you're planning to apply for a mortgage, the better. You're going to need 2 to 3 of your recent pay stubs, your T1 general tax form, your T4 or T4A tax forms, a letter of employment from your employer, your most recent notice of assessment from the CRA that details any outstanding taxes that you may have, and a list of assets and investments. There are numerous options for banks and mortgage brokers in Newfoundland, and it's important to do your research before choosing. If I have a client who isn't already pre-approved and they're wondering where to look for a mortgage, I have a broker that I have a good working relationship with and trust, and I'll send them to them. If you're interested in knowing who this is, then feel free to DM me or email me. Now let's go over the pros and cons of each option. The advantage of using a mortgage broker is that they have access to multiple lenders and mortgage products. There's no one size fits all when it comes to a mortgage. People have unique employment situations, unique living histories. It's not a cookie cutter thing that you can always solve with one size fits all. So by having all these different options, they can look through them all to find the one that suits you best to save you money in the long run. They can also help you navigate the mortgage process and help answer any questions you may have. However, some mortgage brokers may charge a fee for their services. The broker I work with does not, although I recommend you do your due diligence and research when choosing a mortgage broker. Going directly to your bank could be a good option if you have a perfect work history for the past 5 to 10 years. What does that mean? That means not having any gaps in your employment, not having changed industries recently, you've maintained a good credit score, and usually if you do meet all your bank's criteria, they will give you a pretty good rate. However, keep in mind they might not have the most competitive rate. The ideal mortgage terms are subjective. However, in my opinion, a 15-year conventional mortgage with fixed rates and bi-weekly payments is the best terms. In this scenario, you'll pay the least amount of interest and get out of debt faster. Ultimately, choosing a mortgage broker or a bank is a very personal decision. It all depends on your situation and your needs. Maybe you feel more comfortable going with your bank, and that's perfectly fine. You have a long history with them and you trust them. All I recommend is that you shop around and do your research before you make a decision. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Catch you in the next video.